Hello there, everybody! It is me, No Name 7 Spore, and I am back with Rule the Waves 2, where we find out what happens when you can't build any ships which have more than one gun caliber on them. Other than like anti-aircraft guns, that's allowed. Yeah, we're back here as Great Britain in May of 1926. America and Japan are looking a little bit unruly with us. We're trying to get into a war with France, though, because I think that would be fun. Current situation is we are currently losing about 2,000 a month, but we have a lot of funds to make up for it. In 3 months, the aircraft carrier Hermes will be finishing her rebuild, and we'll also be getting Royal Oak and Revenge having their rebuild done. I would quickly like to check something in terms of CVs. Oh yeah, no, we can't refit that any further. And then, the Audacities were refit into proper small CVs, and I believe have the most amount of planes they can carry on them. And then these will remain as CVLs. AV-wise, we're doing okay, but some of these are coming up on refits. Naiad's probably going to have to go in here really soon. And I think, if I recall correctly, we did unlock full plane catapults, right? Is that right? Yeah. Enables aircraft catapults on ships. So that is going to be a bunch of refits coming up soon. Fire control. We have improved director. Are our ships running on improved director? Yeah, okay, they are. Well, yeah, and I can see that a lot of our dreadnoughts have already received catapults. Those ones didn't. Wasn't able to get them on the Victorious either. Why are they running? So I only got it on those early ones. Yeah, these guys have catapults. You don't. Then Constant doesn't. The rest of them do. And I think what I was going to do was design a Spartiates rebuild when I was last here. Group director, of course. Rebuild machinery, 26 knots, oil firing. Yeah, the additional deck armor is very difficult to get. Not impossible, but very difficult. Clear the torpedo mounts. We're going to have probably side mounts on her. That's allowed, right? Yeah, it is. Total rate of fire mod -10. I'll do 6.5-inch turrets. Because I do want to actually try to get a float plane catapult on this ship. Probably either in the Q or the R position. I'll do Q. I'll do Q. And I will justify it. What does a seaplane hangar actually do? Oh, interesting. Heavy or crowded center line. Yeah, okay, so we don't want that. What if we did this? What if we did it more, like an American ship? Maybe H and I instead. That would put this back here, but then we could have like a funnel here-ish. Yeah, no way I'm getting additional deck armor on this thing at this point. Look at the other ones. Can't see their armor. I could get a third plane. No, I can't. Well, actually, what we could do is we could decrease these tubes down to triple tubes. I'm gonna put them further back. Do I want to? Because that would... Hmm. I mean, the floatplane hangar would be here. I'd imagine the torpedo tubes could probably be here. But that's as far back as I can put them. And then I would want to get anti-aircraft guns on this. Okay, yeah, that gives us enough weight for improving stuff in the future. So I think this is the rebuild I will want to do. So we only get that -10 rather than like a -35. This is a weird looking, or this is going to be a weird looking ship. I mean, I could get rid of the seaplane hangar, but I kind of want it. Just feels kind of appropriate. Okay, so yeah, time to design the superstructure here. I got to have Chrome pulled up. Give me a moment. I know I went to a black screen there. I was just making sure that Chrome would pull up on the other monitor successfully. Northampton class cruiser, go to images. I just kind of want to see. Okay, so catapults were pretty high up. Um, did have a funnel between them. And I want to bring up like a county class cruiser too. Because yeah, from a superstructure point, that's probably roughly what this ship would resemble. I'll probably try to build or rebuild the remaining cruiser in a configuration similar to this too. So Amphitrite will probably also be a Spartiate type rebuild. Well, the other thought is that Spartiate I might do something a little different where, I have all four turrets, kind of on the aft end. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do with Spartiate. Not Spartiate, with last one, Amphitrite. I did like this. I think I have a vague idea at what it's gonna do there. It's not gonna be pretty. Yeah, that was kind of what I was figuring. Okay, did like this. and then here, I'm gonna do the mast. Like so, and then actually, let's place it centrally, and then kind of go out a bit like that. And I know, go there. Okay, that looks good enough. Um, Technically, there's not a lot of room there, and I imagine that actually you'd probably need the director to kind of go up here. So let's just kind of add that in. Um, do something like that, yeah. Okay, so that's our first 3 structures, and we got to do more. So structure 4, I think, would need to be a box around the central funnel. I'm looking at Northampton class cruiser. I'm trying to figure out where is the. Actually, what I'd probably do is I'd probably put the box there, and then I'd probably put the crane there too. Even though that is a little backwards, because normally. No, yeah, no, we'll put the crane back here. Um, I have an idea though. Let's do this. Snap, snap. And that's kind of the box. Hold on. I'm gonna take this a different way. Oh, that immediately starts you on the center line. Interesting. And then, oop, or, Okay, so that's kind of using that for two different structures. Then we have stuff we need to put back here. So in this case, that would kind of be a, hangar sort of structure. Though, what if we did like... something like this? And then I do want some extra structure back here. I think the question is just how much. At that point, we'd have an extra box roughly there. Um, let's... I like the start of this. Not a huge fan with what happened after, like, this point. Hmm. I just kind of do, like, this. What if we just kind of did that? Okay, yeah, that doesn't look bad. And then we gotta incorporate a crane with structure 6 and a, put the crane in, and then put kind of the aft mast in. So this crane will be attached to the aft mast. Thankfully, a crane is easy. We can do this. Maybe we can do something like that. That'll work. Alright, there is our cruiser, Spartiate. That will be a pretty expensive rebuild, but we should be able to afford it, especially with these other cruisers coming out. Which is fine. So, real quickly, let's start readying up Amphitrite. So we're gonna go singles. Probably don't want a V thinking about it now, because... Wait, no, does V restrict anything? I can't have secondaries, and that's normally restricting, like, deck-back guns, so I think V will be fine. Fire control not the best type available, that is fine. Yeah, this is the most basic of basic refits you can get. And that still gets me my 6 turrets, it's just this is more in a Wyoming layout. And that will be the last of the Andromeda class cruisers needing a rebuild. So Amphitrite will become something. I'm going to quickly take this and post it in the Rule the Waves Discord just to get people's opinions. Just because I still like the reactions whenever I post these insanely cursed ships. Alright, there we go. Choose design. Let's advance another turn. Authorize increased naval spending. Okay, so France is building heavy cruisers. 29 knots with 10-inch guns. That's a little bit concerning given what we're building. Although, like, to be fair, you know, the refits we're doing to 2 of our CAs should be able to do pretty well compared to that. Medium, or bomber-wise, max speed. This is the fastest. It has the worst range. This has the best range, and it's not that much slower. Bomb load's the same. It's the toughest, it's got less maneuverability, good firepower. Yeah, that has everything I want in a bomber. I don't see... This one's a little faster, and that's kind of all it has going for it. This is... I think the Hawker's the best. Interesting. Okay, so we get a B model of the Hurricane. It now has 1 firepower and more range. Oh god. Okay, okay. This is called apply training. And begin getting ships active. We are probably pretty close to war. Naiad needs a rebuild, I think. We're not going to do any more machinery replacements. I do want to see if I can get a catapult in. So it would be J and K. Or, hold on, no. S and T probably. Yeah, okay, I don't actually have to make, like, any real changes. I can do this. Yeah, it's definitely time to start activating stuff. The Nest class destroyers are getting old. They need a rebuild. So we can go up to a director, 1 fire control, increased elevation. Problem is I can't afford this. I'd love to get this. You know, this would be the ship I'd love. Problem is, what do I get rid of? Do I justify removing a gun? Actually, that's not a bad choice. I cannot justify just doing that. How modern are the Nesses in the destroyer lineup? Lower mid. They're lower mid. So how about the Victors? How did they get rebuilt? Okay, so I moved the torpedo tube center line. That might be what I do. So get rid of the Q, clear the mounts, add in a single mount, yeah, and a single Q torpedo mount. Increased elevation, director firing, increased depth charge storage. More anti-aircraft guns. Okay, so I could keep a set of the broadside torpedoes. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah, these guys are all working up. I think the smaller destroyers should be activated. Those destroyers should probably be reserved. I'm gonna activate up to the 1200 tonners. And all the mothballed ones are gonna come into the reserve fleet here, I think. This is getting quite expensive, unfortunately. Okay. Should probably request more aircraft proposals. Actually, okay, that does put the Avro Hurricane B in line with the Westland Welkin. Pretty similar now. So our fight, I think we need a float plane scout. Range. Yeah, I think we're still at the point where the float plane scout is better with more range. Um, Good news is, even though we're spending a bunch of money, in terms of ships under construction, enough stuff is finishing up quickly enough that I'm not super concerned. Because this here is a lot of money we're currently spending. It won't fix the situation, but it'll help. Airgroups wise, though, we do need to start putting units on our carriers again. I'm trying to remember what goes on what. So, oh, it must have been like an 8 and a 14 for the light carriers. Oh, wait, no, it would have been a 14 and a 20 for a medium carrier. So that should go to Biter. Then 8 and a 12 would be on a light carrier like Andromeda. And then the remaining 14 and 20 would have been on something else, but I am going to downsize this to an 8 and 12. and put you on Euralis, and then for our new air units, I need to check how many. What's the spot value on these? Spot value is 22, so we would want to be able to send a group of 22 planes out. Does Japan have CVLs? Yes, they do. They only have one, and it can carry 18 aircraft. So in short, their CVL is inferior to any of the ones we have. The other thought is we could do like a fleet exercise to get everyone up to speed. I think I would have to halt the construction of Australia to do it, and it might piss off Japan enough to go to war with us. Um, but it could be a good idea. Just kind of get some of the air groups going, or maybe next turn. It might be good next turn. All right, so we can do 22 torpedo bombers. I'm gonna do two groups of 12, I think. Two groups of 12, that would be 24 torpedo bombers, and then I would want to invest the rest of that in fighters. I think in most cases I could probably just throw all the torpedo bombers I have at them and be fine. So 24 torpedo bombers would leave me with 16 fighters, right? Wait, no, hold on. So there we go. Um, that would be what we have. Okay, so what's active right now? The Orions are active. How many capital ships do they have? Two BB and 6 BC. And those BB are kind of the one of them is newer, but still not very well armed. I think what I'll do is I'll actually get the Centurions active to have BBs with scout planes. And then in terms of the battle cruiser fleet, I think our best 7 are going to be activated. Um, yeah, those guys will be activated in terms of CLs. I might hold back. I'll probably activate the peaks right now. Peaks, adventures, and forwards, and then these older ones are going to be moved to the reserve fleet. Okay. So we're gonna begin moving our fleet to Southeast Asia. I think I'll activate Apollo for the moment since she was most recently refit. Um, I'll hold back on Skilla. Probably try sending the R-1917s to Southeast Asia. So that'll be my AV fleet. Sirius Terpsichore and Apollo for the moment. And then I'll be hopefully trying to rotate stuff out. But yeah, I am concerned enough at war breaking out that I am moving down. Because that is really close. I need to get some money back from somewhere. Where would that be? I might delay Furious. Alright. We'll go one more turn. We could get attention decrease. We could, just try for war. I'll try for war. That pissed off everyone. Oh god. I think I made a mistake. One more turn. Early AA director? Oh god, America's pissed at us too. Um, I'm just gonna call it here. Thank you everyone for watching. We are very potentially about to be at war with America and Japan at the same time. Um, yeah, this is kind of bad. I'm trying to get a fleet deployed to Southeast Asia, but I'm beginning to think that I may have just neglected protecting Europe. I'm gonna get some additional. Oh, hey, actually, Hermes is done, right? Yeah. Before I leave, let's give Hermes her air group. What is the spot value on Hermes? She can spot 28. Manage air group. So torpedo bomber, I'll do 14. Actually, no. Let's do 16. Torpedo bomber, 16. Air unit. Fighter. So I'll do 2 groups of 10 for the fighters. Okay, there's Hermes' squadron. I think in reserve, I'm just gonna be getting some squadrons kind of prepared, but it looks like everyone right now is mad at us, and that's not good. I'm gonna reduce spying on Japan. What are the Japanese battlecruisers like again? A little scary. We'll probably reorganize some stuff, pull some stuff back, keep some stuff moving out. Bunch of stuff is going to complete, and hopefully that'll help alleviate the budget, especially with these two returning into active service, Royal Oak and Revenge. That'll help somewhat. But yeah, this is incredibly concerning. Um, we have all these old airship bases which are still eating up some funds. 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, 150, 165, 180, 210, 240, 270. 270 funds a month. Possibly more for the airships. Not Not big, but we don't have air bases built everywhere is kind of one of the main issues. And if we go to war with America, oh God, hold on. Yeah, if we go to a war with America, it would be bad. Air base at St. John. Air base at St. John's. TB Squadron. TB Squadrons. I'm building motor torpedo boats now. Airbase at Bermuda. Oh, Kingston needs an airbase. Oh God, the money situation is just bad if America's the one we wind up going to war with. I think we could just avoid fighting here. But yeah, Northeast Asia and North America with the fleet we have is going to be rough. And in terms of budget, we have more battle cruisers tons, but yeah, the two of them combined are definitely better in budget. Um, you know, CAs were beating them, like kind of old CAs. Actually, these aren't terrible. They actually do have modern CAs. What the fuck is this? That's kind of weird. Okay. Wait, no, Japan has modern CAs. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a rough war. Um, yeah, okay. War preparations are underway. Probably gonna have to halt something else. I'm not fully sure we can get New Zealand ready in time, ready during this conflict. That does resolve my budget issues. I think the focus will be on getting these carriers out as well as Spartiate. It's just so expensive to try to get New Zealand completed. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. This has been me, Noni77 Spore. Next episode, we are probably going into a very stressful war and having to reorganize stuff. I am not recording that right now since I gotta go do something. So yeah, bye! I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. I'm like just checking through, making sure there's not anything I'm forgetting. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Are there any ships with the O tag which are important? The old Standish hulls. Oh god, that's gonna have to be fixed. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Bye.